There is a truth that many people don't like to hear, but it exists everywhere. People respect you more when you are in shape. You don't have to like that reality, but you do have to live in it. Because the world rarely sees your intentions. The world sees your execution. And your body is often the first proof of that. Before you say a word, before you show your resume, before people hear your ideas, they see how you show up. Your posture, your energy, your discipline. And whether we like it or not, your body tells a story. It tells people whether you keep promises to yourself or whether you break them. This is not about beauty, not about being perfect, not about chasing some unrealistic image. It's about energy. It's about signals. Because when someone walks into a room and you can feel that they take care of themselves, people listen differently. They trust faster. They assume competence. Not because they are shallow, but because humans read patterns. When someone looks disciplined, we assume they are disciplined in other areas too. Their work, their commitments, their words, their responsibilities. Your body becomes evidence. Evidence that you follow through. Evidence that you finish what you start. And that changes everything. As Jim Rohn once said, take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. And the truth goes deeper than health. Your body reflects your habits. Your habits reflect your standards. And your standards shape your life. Many people wait for motivation. They say, I'll start when I feel ready. I'll start when life becomes clearer. I'll start when I feel confident. But life rarely works that way. Clarity does not come before action. Clarity comes from action, especially physical action. Movement changes your brain. Exercise changes your emotions. A single workout can shift your entire day. Because your body and your mind are not separate systems. They are one conversation. When your body moves forward, your mind follows. That's why when life feels overwhelming, when everything feels confusing, when you don't know what decision to make, the answer is often very simple. Move your body, lift something heavy, run, walk, sweat. Because exercise does something powerful. It gives you a small victory, and small victories restore control. You may not control the economy. You may not control other people. You may not control what happened yesterday, but you can control one thing today: your effort. And effort rebuilds confidence. As Marcus Aurelius wrote nearly 2,000 years ago, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. In other words, difficulty is not the enemy. Difficulty is the training ground. And physical training is one of the clearest ways to understand this. Every rep teaches patience. Every set teaches resilience. And every drop of sweat teaches endurance. Your muscles are learning. But more importantly, your character is learning. Because the gym is not just about muscles. It is about identity. It is where you practice becoming the kind of person who shows up, even when it's inconvenient, even when you are tired, even when no one is watching. And that identity spreads into the rest of your life. The discipline you build in the gym shows up in your work, in your relationships, in your decisions, in your standards. That is why physical self-care is never just about appearance. It is about alignment. When your body says, I follow through, people feel it. They don't need explanations. They don't need speeches. Your presence speaks. As David Goggins said, you are in danger of living a life so comfortable and soft that you will die without ever realizing your true potential. Most people are not held back by lack of talent. They are held back by lack of consistent effort. And effort begins with small choices. Wake up earlier. Go to the gym. Choose better food. Take the walk. Do the extra set. None of these things seem dramatic, but consistency is dramatic. Over months, over years. Small choices shape identity. Identity shapes destiny. You don't need perfect genetics. You don't need perfect circumstances. You just need to prove something to yourself. That when you say you will do something, you do it. Because confidence does not come from affirmations. Confidence comes from evidence. Evidence that you kept promises to yourself. And the body keeps score. If you say you will train and you train, your body remembers. If you say you will push and you push, your mind remembers. Slowly, you start trusting yourself again. And that trust becomes power. A quiet kind of power. Not loud, not arrogant, just solid. People feel it when you walk into a room. Not because you say anything impressive, but because your presence says something. It says, I keep my promises. I do the work. I show up. And that energy is magnetic. Because in a world full of excuses, discipline is rare. In a world full of talk, execution is rare. So don't wait for the world to stop judging. The world will always judge. Instead, use the rules of reality. Train your body, sharpen your habits, strengthen your standards. Let your body speak before you do. Let it say, I follow through. I do what I said I would do. I keep my promises. And when that becomes your identity, everything begins to change. Your confidence, your opportunities, your relationships, your direction. Not overnight, but steadily. Because the strongest signal you can send to the world is not words. It is discipline. And discipline visible through action will always speak louder than intention.